Got Cleverly on the beat.
Hi, it's your boy Specikinging. I'm a singer-songwriter from Nigeria. Yeah, and I do music for a living.
Whenever you feeling down, make I be the one you call. Make sure you get my number, baby.
Alright, so my early influences to music were like back in like primary school when I started like listening to like Nigerian music and foreign music. A lot of like music. I was consuming a lot of music at the time. I grew up in a house where basically I was introduced to like Makossa, early R&B, and all of this like different genres. So I was always trying to like listen and recreate what I heard. So I would like re-sing it for my classmates and all of that. So I started building that love for music then, even though I didn't know what it was, but I knew that, okay, I had like this gift and this talent. So I was like developing it from that point. Then up to like secondary school, when I started writing music actively, and I started writing my own songs actively in like secondary school. So I would say I've been in the music scene for about a decade now, and it's been great. It's been a worthwhile experience, actually.
I go be your Superman, no, be my Louis Lane, no, carry you from first start, like you enter Spain, no. Girl, I know the joke.
I always want to do music. Like I always tell people, I didn't always want to do music. First, I discovered my love for football early, so I played football for a couple years. But then, in the midst of like everything I always did, music always stood out for me. Music was there for me like times where I was like, because growing up I was a little bit troubled. I had like abandonment issues and like I couldn't really relate to people. Like it was hard for me to like put myself out there emotionally to people. So I feel like I was in the best position to express myself anytime I did music or I wrote music. So for a couple of years I started working on my pen game, writing a whole lot of stuff just for myself, like reading and singing it to myself just to get solace or find some type of freedom in expression and stuff. So I did that for a couple of years till I recorded my first song in 2012. And the major kickback or the major experience from that was people heard it and were like, this is trash. Yeah, I know. People said it was trash, and it was funny at that time, it was funny. But at the same time, it had me it put me back into reflection, like to make me think harder. Like, do I really want to do this, or is this something I see as a hobby? But then I realized that, okay, I can actually make a living out of this while doing something that I really, really love. So I put my passion, I went back into the studio. All the experiences I've faced, all my pain and all my struggle, I just had to like find a way to express it. And I found a way through the music, because I was robbed at the first competition I ever like put in music for. I submitted music for a competition. I never got my chance to send a code. There was this code you were supposed to send to people to like vote for you. I never got my code back, and the winner did get his. So I found out later it was like a plot from the organizers to like sabotage me and all of that. So all of that like made me to become more resilient and never to give up. I kept pushing. I kept doing everything possible to like make this music stuff possible, and so I put my blood, my sweat, my tears and everything into the music. So music is kind of like an escape for me.
I got 1 million boys in my army, balling like Lyrical Salami. Okay, my boats if it DT. Yeah, I'm the
So my early inspirations, I would say, I grew up on hip hop, a lot of hip hop. I listened to a lot of DMX, a lot of Ja Rule, a lot of Rakim, Wu-Tang, a lot of these guys. And then I listened to like the Nigerian scene where bumping to like Rugged Man, to like Idris, and all of these people. Listened to MJ, a lot of these great artists that I grew up listening to. And at some point I just started to like emulate them before I found my own voice or knew the essence of my own struggle, like why I wanted to really do music or the push behind my own music. I just like try to recreate the masterpiece these people have like put out for over the years, and then I discovered myself along the line. And then I started to relate the messages personally, started to speak to me personally. Because first I believe if you want to do music, you have to like make it make sense to you first, like what's the message is passing to you. If it doesn't touch you, it's not supposed to be for every other person. The music has to relate to you as the artist or the songwriter first. As far as inspiration goes, I feel like I get inspired from a whole lot of stuff, like stuff that happen around me, things that happen to people that I know, and things that happen to me personally. Like I relate on a personal basis. Most times I write my music centered around love, pain, and depression, because I feel like at some points we have all felt like two, or if not like three or more of this like emotions, and sometimes it's just hard to like explain them. So I find a way to like liaison my sound. I won't cage my sound particularly to say just Afro beats. I won't limit it to Afro. I do mostly Afrocentric, Afrofusion, and just basically my music it comes to me like as a point of, okay, if I feel some type of way, I put my music that type of way. I sing as I feel, like I sing as I feel. I don't just do music because everybody's doing, this is the in sound. I do music as it relates to me personally, and now I feel like if there's a message I should pass across, like I try to do that and relate on a global scale. Like this music is for everybody, it's for the world in general. It's not just, most times it's not about the artist, it's about people. So sometimes I sing some type of music and you feel like it's my personal story, or I write some type of lyrics, or I put stuff down and people think like this really happened to me. No, sometimes it's just fiction, and it might be another person's like story. You're telling the story of somebody else's life, and it's not necessarily yours, and someone else like maybe in Tokyo is appreciating it. So that's how music is for me generally. I relate music a lot to emotions and feelings. Of course, you want to vibe, you want to dance and have a good time, but at the same time, pass a message if you can. So the kind of music I do, I feel like it's not just a music that would hover around the entertainment scene in Nigeria alone. I feel like it's a music that can cross, the type of music that can cross boundaries, go all over the world and like touch people. I just want music to relate to people regardless of your race, your ethnicity, your tradition, your background. I just want the music to cut across all of this stuff. I just want you to enjoy the music, putting all of these other points I just noted aside. Just like focus on the music, let the music relate to you. As long as I'm doing that, I feel fulfilled in my own ranks. So the music is for the world. As a graduate of hospitality and tourism, I feel like my music is still pertinent to what I studied in uni, because I feel like you have to be hospitable, you have to like be able to like accommodate people with your sound. Let people be confident or be convenient enough with your sound to be expressive, to feel emotions and all of this stuff. And for the tourism aspect, of course, the music has to travel everywhere. Yeah, so I intend taking my music to the world, head on, taking my music, forging my music across the minds of all ramifications of life, across all sectors, and everybody to like enjoy the music. Basically, I just want everybody to enjoy the music. So, hi, I'm Specikinging, the Lyrical Avatar, the kid who picked up a mic, used it as a sword, and fought the whole world and his battles with depression and self-doubt. Yeah, and one day they'll tell stories of a boy who became king.